Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm home for good. So I've been house sitting, and so my kitty cat is happy. Yeah, anyways, speaking of home, we're starting with Cancer. This is going to be a general love and relationship reading for the sign of Cancer. And Cancer represents the home. It's also mother energy. So let's see what's coming up for Cancer. This could be your sun, your moon, your rising sign, or your Venus sign, or could represent Cancer season as well. We're in Cancer season right now, and it will be ending in July, I believe, like the 22nd. And then we go into Leo season, I believe, is next. So that's why I'm doing Cancer first, because we're in Cancer season. So if you resonate with the title of this video, even if you don't have Cancer in your chart, then watch it. And if it resonates, then it was meant for you. It could also represent someone who you're thinking about who has Cancer in their chart. So let's see what astrologically is at play. If anything wants to come out. These bigger cards are sometimes hard for cards to flip out. Oh my god, my nose itches. Excuse me. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are enjoying these readings, and like this video and share if you feel so inclined with people. South Node, Life's Debts. This one came up at the end of the last general love and relationship reading I did. So our South Node has to do with things from the past, like lessons to learn. And karma has to do with karma. That's why it says life's debts. So anything like what you reap, you shall sow. So that doesn't have to be negative all the time, right? It, you know, like karma can also be a positive thing, positive karma. So, and then we have Uranus, genius. I'm going to read a little bit about this one because I'm drawing a blank. A sudden bolt of a surprise that causes chaos. Uranus, the Great Awakener, is here to wake you up. According to myth, out of chaos emerged two expressions of deities, Gaia, Mother Earth, and Uranus, Father Sky. Interesting. So we're talking about how Cancer is the mother energy. Then we have Uranus, which is Father Sky. And yeah, so I thought that, so Aquarius rules Uranus. It says the great humanitarian Uranus is not really personal, and its viewpoint is one that is detached and unemotional, which is very Aquarius energy. It symbolizes the one who doesn't really need a partner, but is friend and soulmate to everyone. Those under the influence of Uranus are objective just enough to derive reliable insight into other people's motivations. These types tend to be brainy and cool. Such detachment is needed when everything is about to turn upside down. So, it also talks about technological advances. It's the Tower energy, which can be very uncomfortable. And that actually came out in the last love and relationship reading I did. So I feel like this is a little bit more generalized to Cancer season. So a lot of people might resonate with it more so than just people who have Cancer in their chart. It says you may feel excitable or nervous at present, especially when it comes to the things you are currently focusing on. It may seem as if everything is speeded up, even forced against your will, but it is not a good idea to resist. The best approach is to entertain the possibilities of what you're about to learn. You can anticipate this change to be a liberating force, offering a new course or path. Ooh, so, and it has to do with stuff from the past in terms of what's ending. It's not meant to be there anymore. And sometimes we can hold on to things that feel familiar just because it's comfortable, but this doesn't have to be like actual physical things. It can be a belief system, a way of thinking. Well, I guess that's the same thing, right? Like a mindset. It can be about a mindset shift. But I want to see more. Well, they're telling me to get one more of these because let's get more into like what exactly this shift is happening and how it's relating to our past. So wrapping up karmic debts. Chiron, healing, and it's allowing for healing to occur, healing the past, healing from the past. But I want to, it's just interesting to me that, well, if I'm relating it to what I've been experiencing lately, it's a lot of uncomfortable feelings have been coming up that feel really big and really strong, even though I know I've been really working on my healing, right? And like yesterday I had to remind myself, okay, you are not your emotions. You are, just because you were feeling that way in that moment doesn't mean that's who you are, or that you are you have some deep healing. It's like that was simply because you were allowing it to be there. You were just simply releasing it and letting it go. The Chariot, see, Cancer season. So we're, there's a glare because of my light, but the Chariot is Cancer energy in the tarot. And it's about movement forward. So it's advancing us forward. Whatever needed to be broken down, and the Tower came out in the last reading I did too, for the Love and Relationship reading. Whatever needed to be broken down in the Moon, it had been there for a while, but it was like meant, when it comes to the South Node, it's usually like things that we have to experience, like in order to move forward before we can like kind of go towards our North Node, which is our life's purpose. So we have to experience all these karmic situations and lessons and relationships, situations. I dare say situations. We have to experience these things in order to move forward. And so that's what I think we are wrapping up. It's like the shift is happening now, or it will be. I believe it is. We're in the middle of it. If you're not already, then it's happening during Cancer season, if you're allowing it to, because we have the Moon. So it's funny, in real life, Cancer rules the Moon, which can be mother energy. But it's intuition, it's feminine energy, it's our shadow stuff, things that are hidden. But it's also cycles and phases. So we kind of are going, and I know I've talked about this in other readings, is like going along with the cycles and the phases and allowing things to release when they need to release, when it comes to what phase of the Moon we're in, and astrologically where the Moon is placed and all of that. So we are having a new moon in Cancer this week. So maybe that's relevant. I feel like that actually is. Those two cards coming out together is talking about some healing taking place and wrapping up, and around the new moon in Cancer, which is on the 10th, either the 9th or the 10th. Oh, it happens the 9th at 6:17 p.m. But then it'll be the new moon in Cancer all day on the 10th. So the Four of Pentacles. This is about feeling guarded or holding on to something too tightly, but I really feel it's things are being taken from us that we've been holding on too tightly. And that's that Tower energy, is like, you're really going to see what you've been holding on to, whether that's like a belief about yourself, a belief about other people, a belief in relationships or in money, in career, and it can be a negative belief that we've had that is healing, that's actually turning into a more positive one. So it doesn't have to be like, oh, I had this belief that I was going to make it and now I'm not. Like, it doesn't have to be that. The Tower, it may be uncomfortable, but it doesn't mean that what's on the other side isn't better for you. What destroying that foundation is actually going to make you feel so much more clear and better. That's actually what I get, is like, I feel like there's some ways of protecting yourself, some beliefs in place that weren't actually the healthiest or the best for you. And that's what's it feels like being ripped from your hands. Like, you see how she's holding on to these coins? It's like whatever made you feel stable. And so, for example, if you had this belief that love was never going to come in, that you would never meet, I'm just going to be single forever, right? Like, this is the belief that you have developed recently or have developed over time, and that's what was playing out, but either you realized it or you didn't, or you were just okay with it being there. Whatever it is, it's like they're basically going to rip that from your cold dead hands. Not saying you're going to die, I'm not. Sorry. But you get what I'm saying. I'm just trying to be funny. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. They're basically taking it from you, and they're like, you don't need this anymore. You don't need this as protection. Like, this is also feeling guarded. Like, you don't need to protect yourself so intensely because you're healing, or you've healed, and it's showing you, like, look, if you keep holding on to this, how are we going to bless you? If your hands are closed like this, how are we going to put the new stuff into your hands? It's that kind of energy. So I don't want people to get all worried, because I know that, like, when the Tower card comes out, the Death card comes out, Ten of Swords, like all of these cards that are scary looking and can sometimes mean actual death or actual things just being destroyed in your life. it's not that. This is all metaphorical. It's not metaphor. It's all energetic. It's energetic. It's within yourself. It's not outside of yourself. Because I feel like it's saying is like you have healed from the past. You've done this healing, and now the last bit, the last step, in order for you to actually move into this new phase of your life, this transformation, becoming the new you, the rebirth, is you needing to allow the tower to happen. So whatever like remnants of this makes me feel safe and comfortable in terms of a belief, about myself or about other people, about the universe, it's going to be taken away from you, and you're going to be proven wrong. And the only reason that it's uncomfortable is because you're so used to holding on to it. They really wanted me to reiterate that. So we have the Empress, which is mother energy. It's also about fertility and divine feminine energy. She embodies all 4 queens. But again, I'm really feeling mother energy and creation. It could also represent, maybe it's healing having to do with your mother, or if you're a mother. I mean, generally, if we have healing to do as a parent, as a mother, it has to do with our own mother and how we were parented. We have the 8 of Cups, which is walking away from something. So we are definitely walking away from something I feel like we learned from our mother, possibly. A way of being, a way of thinking. So much divine feminine energy, and I get it's Cancer season, and that's what this represents, but, and you know, this is Cancer, for the Cancer reading. The Unknown card. Nobody loves this. The Unknown card is looking for answers and, you know, expecting to get them, but it's still unknown. I want to get more on that because it feels very nebulous. It feels very elusive and difficult, which makes sense because we have the Moon, which can be elusive and illusionary. And then we have the Unknown card, the 2 of Wands. Weighing up your options and making a decision. Okay, so what do we, okay, so, well, okay, so what I get is the reason it's unknown, the reason that we're not sure about something, or it's confusing, it feels confusing, is because we haven't fully chosen to move away from it, or something to that effect. Because I have the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. Like physically putting it into practice, like Pentacles, here, I'll show you these 2. And it's a progression, so Page and the Knight. And so Wands represent fire, which would be a little bit more like energetic, right? So it's like thinking about it and putting the energy out there. Excuse me. But then Pentacles would be like actually physically seeing progress, or physically doing something and, excuse me, taking action to cause it to happen. So the reason that it has been unknown was because we hadn't actually fully chosen it yet, or we didn't see the direction to go yet. It could have been that, like maybe it's been hidden from us, and it's coming to light during Cancer season. What exactly it is, how, I think it's more so how, like, okay, well, how do I put this into practice? How do I do it differently? Or it's like the opportunities will be presented to you during Cancer season in order for you to put it into practice. But like methodical steps too, like 5 of Cups is about healing from past. Look at the past, regret, crying over spilled milk. This one. 10 of Wands is putting down burdens that don't belong to you. You're carrying burdens and you're coming to a completion of this, like the 9 of Wands. So we have a more progression. I'm putting these 2 first because I almost took this one first, but I didn't. The 9 of Wands is feeling like the wounded warrior, feeling like you've been through a battle. That's that what, like after looking at the past, you're and feeling regretful or feeling sad, you're like, oh my gosh, I've been through so much. Like that's this energy. But you've also are recognizing how far you've come. And then the 10 of Wands is getting to the completion of it and realizing, okay, well, I'm carrying shit that I don't need to carry anymore, and this load is heavy and I'm going to put some shit down. I feel like this is talking about the process of the healing that's been taking place or will take place. For it depends on where you're at. So this could be future for you. This could be present. This could be past. the Page of Wands, I mean, Page of Swords. Maybe that wasn't an accident, but the Page of Swords is about observation. Could be about somebody watching you or you watching something. And then the Star, Aquarius energy, but it is about, I mean, like those two cards coming out together to me would be like somebody's watching somebody else and like not putting them on a pedestal in a way to where, you know how we put stars and celebrities on pedestals? Somebody looking at you that way, or you looking at somebody that way. The Devil. This is Capricorn energy. Remember I said in one of my other readings, I don't remember which one it was, if you watch my readings, I'm sorry, I can't give you the name of it, but there was something that had happened, or some intention that was put into place during Capricorn Aquarius season, like in between those two seasons, which would be Capricorn is like December, January, and then Aquarius is January, February, and they're back to back. And I remember saying that. So that's what I feel is coming up, actually. With the Page of Swords, it's like observing. Well, the Page of Swords could also be about like writing things down or communication or some kind of communication with words. And so it was like some kind of something you had written down during that time that is now coming to fruition during Cancer season. I'm pretty sure I said that in one of my other readings. I mean, I know I did say that about Capricorn Aquarius season. I just wasn't sure if I was saying it about Cancer season. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is about healing. I mean, well, I'm getting healing, like healing like being receptive and open and healing your emotions, being more in touch with your emotions, being nurturing, being softer. Oops. The Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is about anxiety, stress, sleepless nights. And the Six of Wands, so overcoming it. So this is about victory. The things that you had maybe had written down that you were working on that's coming to fruition is this healing. Whatever specific healing you were working on for yourself, whatever you would put in is like the anxious thoughts. I mean, you'll know what it is for you specifically, but it's more so just like letting go of the anxiousness and worrying and being more embodied in your emotions and being more receptive and feminine. And being victorious, like this is about public recognition also. So like there's, you know, what I was saying about being recognized or people watching you, looking at you, could also come into play in terms of it being you being publicly recognized for it. It doesn't have to mean like super public, right? Like you're on TV and everyone, the whole world knows you. It just means like maybe on social media or within your social group or at work or in your family, whatever it is. It could just be that. But it's also you seeing the progress and recognizing yourself, and then other people recognizing you for it as well in terms of your healing. So you have the Nine of Cups, which is about wishes being fulfilled, and the Hanged Man, which is, there's a Nine of Cups. Hanged Man is seeing something from a different perspective, and the Eight of Swords, feeling trapped in your head. What I'm hearing is you finally are seeing how when you felt trapped in your head, that's what, like, you finally saw what was keeping you from getting what you wanted, from getting your wishes to be fulfilled. And it was because you have to hang upside down in the Hanged Man energy, pausing and reflecting, literally deliberately looking for a new perspective to see, oh, I was doing that to myself. Because this card, the Eight of Wands or Swords, is I keep calling swords wands today. Is about you feeling trapped in your head, but the whole thing with this is that you are doing it to yourself and you can easily get out of it. Strength. It is taken and will take and does take a tremendous amount of inner strength to overcome that. And that is our ultimate test as a humans, is to not lead, to be able to lead with our heart and our body and trust ourselves and not be conditioned through our mind, and to operate and live that way. It's also Leo energy, so there could be Leo somewhere if that's relevant. But it's about gentleness, having the strength to overcome things through compassion and not force. So, okay, just a couple more. And then, so love so far hasn't come up. It's more so about just your own personal development. Six of Swords. And then I said, love hasn't come up. And then guess what comes out? The Two of Cups. Because you needing to heal from the past and not, you don't want to attract a new relationship, the type of relationship your new self wants to be in, from a vibration of still healing from the past. The High Priestess came out with Two of Cups. So intuition, divine wisdom, hidden knowledge, being tapped in spiritually. With the Two of Cups is like that, because that's the, you know, like your higher, I get this is your higher self has been guiding and leading you in this direction. And the Six of Swords, which you had to shift your mindset and change the way you saw things and your belief systems and what you and the thoughts you were thinking. That's been your journey in order to actually believe that it's possible to have this type of relationship. So Six of Swords is moving on to calmer waters, but it's swords, so it's our mind. So that's what you've been working on, and that's where you're going, and you're being victorious. We had two sixes that came out, Six of Wands, Six of Swords. So I want to choose this is my Sacred Rebels deck. I haven't used this in a minute. Okay, choose one of these. So love is coming, and love is coming during Cancer season. The word wants to be written. Ooh, okay. Remember I was just talking about something happening Capricorn Aquarius season? Like something wants to come through. You can see the butterflies about transformation. Like a lot of transformation is happening. I think it's asking you, and I'm noticing a lot of purple too. So crown chakra, third eye. Third eye is indigo, but crown is purple. But I'm feeling those two very strongly, like, and especially since a High Priestess came out, like being connected to that energy, which is our third eye is our visualization, it's intuition. Our crown chakra is our connection to the divine, to our spirituality. I'm drawing a blank, but you know what I'm saying. So the word wants to be written. It's also saying that it could be a good time to write things down now, and especially it's relating to stuff that maybe you had started writing down. But I also get it for this new moon that's coming up. A good practice would be it's really a good time to write down things you want to let go of and burn it, or get rid of it somehow, shred it, however you do that, and then write down the new things in this new vibration, because I feel like the healing has already happened or is coming to a close, and is like a good time for you to write this stuff down for the new moon as a practice, and writing it down as if it's already occurred. So writing it in like I like writing things down in gratitude. So thank you for blah 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 blah. Thank you for the money that's coming in. Thank you for the money that has arrived. So it's like writing it down as if it had already happened, and that might be helpful. So I just want to pull one more. It's my power of surrender. Surrender to divine timing. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough according to the ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. So it's saying it's coming. Unfortunately, it's not happening as fast. Again, I'm telling you, something that you had been working on, that you were manifesting, is coming to fruition. So don't give up. I also think it's like, again, with this card, the word wants to be written. It's like it wants to happen. So whatever was written down, there's a lot of energy behind it. It's up to you to get your mindset in the right place in order to allow it to come to actually be manifested and come through. So if you'd like to work with me, you can go to my website, empoweringauthenticity.com/book-online. The link is also below, and you can schedule a reading with me there. And yeah, let me know if this resonated for you and what's happening for you. Sending you guys love. Bye.